Hey lovelies, it's Lio. So I have a lot of nail oil pens that I need to refill. So I thought I would do it on camera and show you how to refill your nail oil pens. I kind of hope for an easier video, and I'm sure that this will take like 5,000 times longer to edit than anything else in my life. I have two different varieties of nail oil pens that need to be refilled. I go through these like crazy. And then I have my filler, my oils that I'm going to use to fill. Jojoba, just a little bit of vanilla essential oil so it smells nice. The outside doesn't smell nice. I'm not sure why I'm smelling the outside of it. Just something to help you grip onto it because you know it's oily. Also have, sometimes I just can't get a good grip on it, so I resort to heavy metal. In particular variety of them, you are also going to need something that is long and not super flexible, like an orange wood stick. I have this bin, which is absolutely not necessary. This is not particularly messy per se, but I'm a mess. I have this bin both to protect my table, and when you pull this stuff apart, there are usually like pieces, there are pieces inside it. And I just like to do it in here so that when I open it, it doesn't go flying across the room. This first one is the cheap one that I get from Amazon. And this one is a reused one from, I think it was Born Pretty. It doesn't really matter. This one has a more solid barrel there and this one is hollow. But the real difference between the two is this one has a little spring in there. And this one has just a little ratchet. Step one is actually to go to the sink with some hot water and wash off the brush with Dawn. I use Dawn dish soap just to make sure it's really clean, and then I go back and swish it through some, I think it's 93% rubbing alcohol. It's just whatever they have at the drugstore, in the drugstore area, just to sanitize them. You don't know where these things have been. I love to reuse these because it is cost effective and it saves the environment and all of that, but it can also be like if you don't clean things, they get gross. I mean, the basic thing you want to do is just separate these two parts and take out the innards of the thing. And just like that. And the more often you do it, the easier it'll get. So this one is the easy one to do. So there's just this part, and then there's this white barrel part. This whole thing in here is connected. So you gotta pull it out very gently. I'm gonna tilt it like this so that the oil, the little drop or two of oil that's in there will stay, hopefully. Just kind of, and this is the inside of it. It's greasy, obviously. There's this little ratchet that needs to stay on there. It won't really come off. There are little teeth. It's like a screw. You turn the barrel to the right to dispense, so you need to turn it to the left to undispense. Okay, you don't want to like tighten it like it's need to leave it a little bit loose in there. And now we're back to the barrel part. I like to add essential oil so that it smells nice. That's just a me thing. I do 2 drops. This is vanilla, so I know it's not going to be reactive or anything. So I do 2, 3. So now I'm just going to take my filler oil. Most of these do come in little droppers like this. And just refill it. If you look at the barrel of the pen, you can see these little, the little teeth, and then there's a little line right there. You want your oil to be beneath that line. You don't want to fill it more than that, or else it'll all just come gushing out the top when you push the plunger back in. Your redone little plunger back in, and just shove it all back together. And I usually like to shove it like this, so that the pen end is up so I don't get as much oil on me. If you look, there's like a little air bubble. You see that? So I usually keep them up and down until I'm ready to use them after I've refilled them. And then I crank it up because You can see right now it's very oily at the tip, just from shoving it back together. And my hands are oily now. I usually take them all apart and then I do this, mess around with the oil, so that's how we do it. The ones with the springs, that's why we need this thing, because the this rod is independent of the plunger toward the top, so you have to take this top part off and push that back down in. There we go. The difference is immediate. This is the ratchet and the spring. Unless you have incredibly strong fingers, you can't pull this white bit out of the barrel with just your bare hands. Like, that would be very silly. There we go. I have this cuticle stick, and I just kind of shove it back out. And you have to do the same thing as on the other ones, and it's ready to tidy. So am I turning it the wrong way? Oh jeez. Am I doing it the right way? How? Shove it in. And then the ratchet goes to the ratchet and the spring goes to the end. And I put all this stuff back together and then I fill it from the top. Okay, sometimes you have to slam it. Vanilla again. I think I'll do a different video a different day about all the different oils and stuff you can use. Click that back together, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this quick little bit of low-cost lovely. If you did, make sure to like, because I've never done a video like this before, so I'm a little bit nervous that anybody's gonna like it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my cheap-ass tips, and I will see you next time.